As we all know, the figure skating community has been profoundly impacted by a devastating tragedy. The fatal crash of the American Airlines Flight 5342 claimed the lives of 64 people, and amongst those confirmed were 14 U.S. figure skaters, plus their coaches and family members on board. This is a catastrophic event that has not only taken the lives, but also taken an entire generation of skating talent. The loss of these individuals has created an insurmountable void in the world, especially within the figure skating community, a community which has been emphasized many times now by the media and the press as a very close-knit community. But it's true, it is a community that is small, it is niche, and I wouldn't be surprised if any of you watching this video right now had any personal connections to those on board. If you were coached by them, trained with them, or simply knew them or were a fan of their skating. This is a tight community that feels like family at times, especially in times of tragedy like this one. And what makes this tragedy especially heartbreaking is that many of these victims were children, young athletes with promising futures and whole lives ahead of them outside of skating. These individuals had just participated in a developmental camp in Wichita right after the U.S. Nationals. They had gone there in order to perfect their skills and advance their athletic career. And what's so devastating is that these kids' parents and coaches were so committed to their craft that they traveled all the way there. They were invited as proof of their incredible talent and their advanced skills within skating. And it was during the return from this national camp that disaster struck. I don't know how I can say it because words cannot express the profound sorrow, grief, and pain that is currently permeating this figure skating community. These young individuals had their entire lives ahead of them, not just the kids, everyone on board, both in terms of the skating careers, but also in their personal lives, their aspiration, their dreams. And the parents and coaches that were accompanying these young skaters were already dedicating their entire lives to make sure that they were helping them succeed. And I can't believe that in a second they were all gone. I want to extend my deepest condolences and support for the family, friends, and everyone that has been affected by this tragedy. If there are any resources being made available to support the families and friends of those affected, please share this information so that I and everyone in the community can offer assistance during this horrible, difficult time. The only names which are being widely circulated in the press right now are those which were confirmed by the Skating Club of Boston. And although a longer list of names has been posted in smaller local news sites as well as circulating on Twitter, I personally don't feel comfortable putting it out there in the world, especially given the fact that so many of the victims are children. And we don't know how each of the family is grieving and if they would like the names of their loved ones to be put out there. Therefore, I'm only going to name those who are being consistently named by larger publications right now in the press. This tragically includes situations where the whole family was traveling together. The skaters from the Skating Club of Boston who have been identified are Gina Ha and Spencer Lane. Ha's mother, Jean Han, and Lane's mother, Christine Lane, were also on board. Gina and Spencer are immensely talented skaters who are making waves within the sport, even at their young careers. Amongst the coaches were also the legendary Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov. The married couple were the 1994 World Pair Champions and have lived in the U.S. since the 90s. They joined the Skating Club of Boston in 2017, and they are legendary skaters who were choosing to pass their breadth of knowledge through generations, helping shape all of the talent we see in the U.S. today. Other coaches who've been confirmed to be on the flight is Alexander, also known as Sasha Kirsanov, who coached two of the young skaters on the flight. Natalia Gudin, his wife, is quoted by ABC saying that she's lost everything. Gudin, who was also an ice skating coach, decided to stay home in Delaware, while Kirsanov flew to Kansas for the developmental camp. She says that she spoke with her husband as he boarded the flight on Wednesday. She's quoted saying, I lost my husband, I lost my students, I lost my friends. And what's even more insane is that this is not the first time a tragedy involving air travel has affected the figure skating community. The U.S. figure skating community had a plane crash before, when the entire U.S. figure skating team died in February 15 of 1961. That is an entire generation of talent, just like this week, that was wiped away. The plane at that time, the Sabena Flight 548, was carrying the team of the World Figure Skating Championships to Prague to compete, and along with the team were 16 family members, coaches, and friends of the skaters who died in the crash. So it feels eerily reminiscent of those who have already gone through this tragedy in the past and are old enough to remember what that felt like. I just want to say again, if there are any resources, links, or ways that we can help those affected, please, please, please share it in the comments below. I want to once again extend my deepest condolences through this difficult time to every single person affected. The larger organizations have also been putting out their statements. Team USA put out a statement through their CEO stating, "Today we join in mourning the profound loss of the passengers aboard the flight 5342 and all those impacted by this tragedy. We are devastated, and there are truly no words to capture the depth of our sorrow. Amongst those lost were talented athletes, dedicated coaches, and beloved family members from the U.S. figure skating community, all returning home from the National Development Camp. These Olympic hopefuls represented the bright future of Team USA, embodying the very essence of what it means to represent our country: perseverance, resilience, and hope. They were remarkable young people and talents, passionately pursuing their dreams, and they will forever hold a cherished place in Team USA family. Our thoughts and prayers are with their family, friends, and the communities that nurtured and supported them. We extend our sincerest condolences during this unimaginable time." Then the ISU president put out a statement today. Jae Yul Kim says, "Today, the world of figure skating is heartbroken. We share our deepest, most sincere condolences with the families and friends of all those who lost their lives in the terrible crash. To lose so many members of our community in this way brings sadness beyond words." They continue by stating that the ISU is in close contact with the U.S. Figure Skating Federation and stands by ready to offer its full support during this unimaginably difficult time. As the global skating family grieves together, a moment of silence was observed in the ISU European Figure Skating Championship. Also, we saw how Adam Shauhinfa also posted or showcased on his phone a sign or symbol of support. I believe it was a heart, a skating figure, and a dove. This is a very difficult time, and I hope that you guys hug those who are important in your life. You tell them that you love them, and you do and stay close to everything that makes you feel safe right now. I'm sure that many of you guys are feeling the effects of this horrible tragedy, possibly even have personal connections to those on board, and I beg you to please take care of your emotional and mental state right now. Stay close to those who you love near and dear, and hopefully you find community and strength within this tight-knit, small community. We might be small, but in moments of tragedy, we feel strong together. And I hope that we use this time to remember the people who we've lost, the breadth of talent, knowledge, and strength that has been lost in this tragedy. I don't know what else to say, but please stay safe, stay strong, and I will be here. Of course, my U.S. Nationals video, which was recorded before this tragedy, has been pushed back and will be posted at some point next week. Please take care of yourselves and share any resources that I can platform on my tiny little platform, but I want to make sure that I do the most I can for this community. Thank you guys, and please, please take care of yourselves.